98%. No, please, sweetie, because actually, this point I really love doing. So
No, I can't take anything you said seriously, because you said that washing machines were more liberating than the birth control pill. You don't know anything. You are the least credible human being I've ever encountered.
You Africa?
I know that this is a search.
I'm allowed an opinion.
I just can't help it.
I'm allowed an opinion.
But you're a goddamn idiot.
Even though I've just been insulted, personally insulted, which I think is an extraordinary thing for intelligent people to do, if she was talking about academic background. That's not what an open-minded person does. But let's just look at what she said, because I think it's really worthwhile. So she said that 98% of scientists agree that global warming is a major problem, basically. That's what she said, 98% of scientists. Everyone in this room is going to college, so you're going to like the logic of this. If you say 98% of something, there must be 100%. So somewhere there must be a list. There must be a list of all the scientists that exist. My first challenge to this lady is to give me the list of every scientist that exists in the world. Because if they do, that's how you can use the word 98%. If there isn't a definitive list, there is no such thing as 98%. Number one, logic. Number two, science does not proceed by consensus. Science is not democratic. At one time in history, it was the consensus that the Earth was flat. Everyone believed in that. Everyone agreed on that. One man said that that was not true. One person is true. The idea, anyone who says to you, the majority agree with it, so it's true, is not a scientist. I don't know what they are, but they're not a scientist. The laws of gravity do not get agreed by a consensus, by a vote, by a democracy. Science is not democratic. Science is about truth. One person can be correct. The person who quotes 98% of science is somebody who already knows they're losing. So they are using illogic. 98% of all scientists, unless you have an index of all scientists. Richard Lindzen, chair of atmospheric sciences at MIT, says we need to not worry about this. He was on the IPC. He resigned because of the fact that it was so unscientific. The list of scientists that I think is running to about 1,000 that I've seen a list of, who dissent with the other opinion. It grows all the time, but it doesn't really matter how big the list is. It doesn't matter. Because the truth is the truth, and it's not done by majority. We can't all vote in this room about the laws of physics and make it right. You're obviously really losing it. You're going to give me the list then of the 100%. So you have a list of every scientist that ever lived.
It's not a list. The book isn't really that big. But I do have some notes about the IPCC, which is the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change.
Intergovernmental, not interscientific. It's a governmental panel. It's not scientific.
Yes. Yes, it is. And it was evaluated research from over 130 countries.
Right.
Some of them were actually part of the European Union. And, the European Union uses...
What about the European Union?
I'm just saying they use a lot of really great, I don't know...
Really great what?
Sustainable energy...
Oh my God, okay, stop.
Windmills...
Stop, we have to stop you on that. In Spain, do you know what the unemployment rate in Spain is, where they have this wonderful... which was a poster child for renewable energy, Spain. They have over 20% unemployment.
And how many of them have health care and get to eat food all the time, because their government takes care of them? Just curious.
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
Well,
I can tell you one thing. You're about the only person in the world who thinks that the European experiment is a success. They have no money. They're being bailed out by everyone. The whole thing is falling to pieces. And look at her. My God, you need to read a newspaper. You have got to be informing yourself. The European Union are about to crumble. The euro is about to crumble. Are you aware of that?
And the US dollar's doing so good
right now? It's doing a lot better. It's doing an awful lot better. Europe is falling to pieces. You do know that now, do you? Don't you? You know that they're rioting in Greece. In Greece, people retire at 50, and they can't continue to pay them. Greece has no money. You do know that. You do know that. You know that in France, there is an incredible problem. They're spending more money than they have. You do know this. Ireland, where I'm from, we are in such bad shape, we have had to give over the sovereignty of our country to the IMF. The IMF had to come in to run Ireland. Do not sit here and try and explain to people here that Europe is a success. You are one girl in a million who's going to believe that. The whole world is acknowledging that the European experiment was a mistake.
Well, then what experiment worked?
The American experiment! The American experiment!